So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are again. It's gonna be another match for tonight, and we will be having Aneno Knights Gaming versus MMK this time. My name is Daks, and joining me is the man, the myth, the legend himself, yet again, Mr. Vyminal. So how was that first match for you, Mr. Vim?
Absolutely explosive. It was pretty much a seesaw battle, and that's pretty indicative of how high level gameplay is in Valorant. You never know what to expect in most cases, right? The first half could go very much in favor of one team, but things change on the second half because of how the maps are designed. Some maps are supposedly CT sided or defensive sided, and some maps are geared towards attack. So it also depends on the team composition, different abilities of agents. So that's what we saw there. Very interesting first match, and I expect the same for the second match.
I completely agree. It seems like for our second match, it's going to be a close one, perhaps. Even though that these are the two teams that are kind of in the bottom of the barrel right now, well, they are going to be
Mhm.
looking to do all they can. So we're just updating the standings real quick. A little bit of error there earlier on, but it should be fine and dandy. It looks at those map results first. And as we saw from the first round of games, the first pair, it's both 13-11. EXE beating a Netherlands Gaming there 13-11. We saw MMK try to mount a comeback against a Power Youth. They're also losing though 11-13. So it really just goes to show that the competition here is fierce, and now we will have an Alliance Gaming versus MMK on stream. And any thoughts on this upcoming match, Mr. Vim?
hmm Again, I've had the pleasure of scrimming against both of these teams, playing with and against them. Also, in previous tournaments, there are very high caliber players in both teams, both of them in immortal ranks. So I expect nothing less than really good gameplay.
Can't wait. I cannot wait to see what these two teams have in store for us. And as you say, Mr. Vim, you've been playing with some of these players. We talk about MMK, but can you
Yep.
give me a little bit of enlightenment for Unending Knights Gaming?
For Nana Knights Gaming, uh, they've had a very long history in competing, even in Valorant. Like it's only been out for what, since June, right?
Mm-hmm.
June 1. So it's
Some,
been what, like
some,
what, a
some,
month?
something like
And
that.
they've been very prolific in joining different tournaments. They've previously won Rumble Royale Tryhards, for example. They've had a very impressive showing there, dominating the competition. Um, and they've done a lot of other grassroots tournaments as well. So yeah, pretty much Aneno Knights Gaming, very strong players right there. All of them competent in their own right.
Yeah, I completely agree. And here you go, guys. This is gonna be our updated results so far. It seems like though we have 1-0s on the board and 0-1s as well. And first, tied with Empower Youth, gonna be EXC. Third place gonna be Aneno Knights Gaming, tied with MMK. It's even in the map differentials, they're gonna be literally at the same. So these standings will change very drastically after this second set of matches. But Mr. Vim, we're going on to Haven again,
Mhm.
and this time, since we already talked about Haven as a map, give me a ooh. There you go. I miss you already, Vim. But I'm gonna ask you real
Oh,
quick:
sorry.
is
Sorry
what
about that.
what what is one fun fact you can say about Haven, as it is our first 3 point map itself?
Yeah. First 3 point map in Haven. Again, very important to have intel agents on your composition. And they have changed quite a bit in terms of Cypher gameplay. There used to be a lot of so called nerd cams, wherein you would put the cameras in places where the enemy won't normally look. So I'm excited to see, for example, AKG Tricks on the Cypher
Hmm?
showing what he has in store for us.
You know, I'd also be excited to see your lovely face on camera as we are gonna be getting into Haven. You have a really cool logo, that
All
V.
right.
You know that V. You know, hopefully you're a okay. What's happened to your cam, mate? What's happened to your cam? Oh, I'm just gonna look at your
My
V.
camera is on.
Your
I'm
camera
sorry. I'm
is
gonna turn it
not
off right now
on.
because we are going into game.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. We're gonna be getting into the game. We'll be fixing out a few kinks here and there. But on my side, my friend, you know, we got no camp, but it's okay. We can hear your lovely voice. We're gonna be getting into the match very soon, and we are gonna be on Haven. Will MMK run with the same old that we saw? Will MMK
Mhm.
be looking to do something a little different? Look again, though, at those group stage scores so far, 13-11 on both sides. So there is really a lot of potential comeback for these two sides. Now, I believe, Mr. Vim, that I'm looking at the match
Yeah,
results right now. I'm looking at our moderator channels. Big shout outs to the mod team, especially Mr.
right,
Cyan PH. That's I think the other game a while ago, the game
right.
between EXC and AKG was the only game that wasn't on Haven yet. All of the other matches
Hmm.
right now, what we're gonna get is all gonna be on Haven, and they played Bind there. So will MMK be able to have used the previous match as a warm up to help them out, or do you think it doesn't
Select
matter?
your agent.
I think it's really hard to so-called use it as a warm-up because again, you're facing different opponents with different strategies completely, and it's very hard to warm up for that. But in terms of mechanics, definitely, typically you would perform better on your second match if your opponent is of equal skill. But again, I know for a fact that MMK has been experimenting with the no sage composition as well, so we may see that coming into this game. We'll find out in a few seconds.
We'll be finding out very, very soon. Actually, since it seems like there's technical issues here on the side of AKG, and well, hopefully everything is
Hmm.
gonna be a-okay. Is everything okay? So since we're just moderating everything, we're gonna be looking to see if everything is fine and sandy, and well, I guess we can. Who's offline? Who's offline? Okay, then we can
Hmm.
RM same
Yep,
picks. Okay, then we can
no
RM same picks
problem.
since there's no. Yeah. I think it's okay. Let's just go leave the game real quick. Everything
All right.
no everything should be a-okay. We're just gonna take a screenshot for posterity real quick as we want to make sure everything is fine and dandy. But yeah, if for some reason your camera isn't really turning. Ayun, there you are.
It's
So
back on.
there you
It's
go.
back on.
Your
We
beautiful
got it.
face.
We
Your
got it.
beautiful face.
I apologize for the technical difficulties, but I'm back.
It's okay. So give me a sec.
Let's go.
I need to just quickly document the agents just in case so we can cross reference. So a little bit of an issue there for Rabbit. His computer suddenly turned off, so we do have time to just talk about the upcoming match. So we saw a number of
Definitely.
duelists here for both sides. Since we already saw it on stream, we can talk about it. It's Sova Jets, Raze, Brim, and Sage again for Team MK
Hmm.
actually. And then it is going to be Brim, Breach, Reina, Phoenix, and Sage on AKG. So what can you think about? Well, we see double flash, we see some stuns, we see some smokes. What do you think? Who
Hmm.
might have the advantage in
Now,
terms of composition?
it could go either way. I would favor the team that typically doesn't have a jet because, apart from the buff on Jet's kit, it still is a very sort of selfish agent, so to speak. Other than the smokes, it's very focused on keeping Jet alive and keeping Jet on that fragging ability. But again, Jet is something that scales to the player's skill level, whereas the lineup for AKG, for example, has more opportunity for team play. Again, not having that Jet, right? So I think AKG would have a better chance at this, but we'll see. Again, on attack and defense, anything can go. Um, both of them pretty much playing more of meta compositions. No one going for off meta no sage. Was really surprised to see that, but we'll see how it goes.
How about you? If you could pick 5 agents coming into Haven? What
Yeah.
kind of agent composition would you pick?
All right. For me, I would either go with an Omen or Brimstone. Definitely need to smoke off those. I mean, there's so many points that you can smoke off in order to safely execute a site. For example, in mid B, it's very hard to execute that site. But if you smoke off A link and C link, you have a very good chance of going in and basically penetrating that site, especially in on A long. You have to smoke off heaven. You basically will handicap yourself if you go into Haven without a hard smoker. And of course, Reyna is pretty good. Reyna and Breach or Phoenix, pretty good flashing in, taking in Garage, for example. Again, Haven is a map that you can really play without Sage. So I'm not sure if Sage would be for me. I've been turned into a believer, popularized by TSM, the strategy of having no Sage. And in Intel, Cypher. I would pick Cypher and maybe even Viper.
Ooh,
Not a
Viper.
very popular pick, but yeah,
Viper
I think it's
believer.
pretty great.
Right here.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. So All I gotta say is, well, when we're looking into Haven, I do like that double intel. Having the Sova and the Cypher does a lot of things. I also love seeing. I still
Mm,
am a believer of the Sage, especially on B side. Very very helpful. And you can kind of
right.
just mix and match here. Their Raze has been pretty good at getting the chokes. I do love seeing some Breach as well. You can go for that old school Breach Brimstone composition. I'm not really the biggest fan of the Duelist, but we'll be finding out soon what is going to be in store for us as we move into the game. MMK on the defense, and then Knights Gaming on the attack. And we are going to be getting into the match. No problems here. Let's get into Haven again.
Now again, once more, MMK is showing the exact same team composition
Hmm?
with the same
Here.
players in the exact same agents. And for AKG, we have Berg on Reyna, BNFD on Phoenix, AKG Tricks on Breach, AKG Worship on Brimstone, and Rabbit on Sage. It seems like they're having a bit of a shuffle in terms of roles on their team. Usually Worship is on the Lurk on Omen, and Tricks is on maybe a Cypher or Control, but we're seeing something different here. So this is really unexpected for me.
Yeah, and it seems like we are getting a real lobby request. So again, we will be going back. Technical issues abound. Go again. So again, we will just be looking
We
to
go game.
we go again. Highly unfortunate, but it's all right there, and really, really good to see. Well, both sides to be a-okay. Sorry about that. So we didn't really expect to actually show up out of nowhere. So sometimes those things do happen from time to time, and well, we'll be getting into the match very, very soon, unfortunately. That's how these things happen. We can't really blame the players right now. Last lobby. Yeah, you guys get one each. Tiwala.
Yeah.
Tiwala to
I
fascinate.
mean,
That's really obvious.
Yes, yes,
Maybe.
yes.
we are living in the 20 years into the new millennium, and the name of the game is online
Mhm.
tournaments in this world today. And these things happen. Sometimes it's out of our control. And again, we are giving one remake per team, right?
Yep, pretty much. We just want to
Is
make
that a
sure
thing?
that
Yeah,
everything
pretty
is
much.
a-okay for them in the first place. And well, we are going to be getting into the next match very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen. It seems like we are ready to go back into Haven coming into this one. That's how it just is sometimes, in all honesty. It really feels like a scenario where you can't really pick your
Mhm.
server per se, right, Vim? It really is just so difficult
Yep.
sometimes to figure out what to really do. But anyway, we'll be getting into the game, getting into the match. Things are kind of just a little iffy so far, but we'll be looking into the standings yet again. In third place, all tied up, and then Knights Gaming and MMK, EXE, and the Power Youths on first there, and they're having their match right now. Hopefully, though, and all our internet issues are going to be fixed. All our internet issues are going to be a-okay in the first place. And even though we are just kind of falling apart right now on the tournament side, I can't wait to get into the next match. Now, just a quick little FYI to everyone going on. Again, we are simulcasting things, and of course, for all our moderators, they can actually fix out a few commands here and there. Now, of course, the agent selection screen is something we just have to wait out in the first place. But hey, is this gonna be the match between Aneno Knights Gaming versus Team MMK? This is our second match of Group Stage B on stream, and hopefully everything is a-okay right now. Haven again is our match. Thank you guys for bearing with us in all of these technical issues, and let's get into the game itself.
Trust me, guys and gals in chat right now, this match is going to be worth the wait. Here we
Really
go.
is.
30 seconds to round one.
And so hopefully everything is a-okay. Just checking up on the players. Sadly, they don't have any more real lobbies, so they are gonna have to work with what they got by this point. All the servers should have been a-okay anyway, and oh no. Hopefully we don't have another issue here. Seems like things are kind of falling apart for a little bit, or AKG, but there you go, technical issues have been fixed. And here we go, finally, Pim. We're going to be getting into the matchup. We talked about the compositions earlier on. We do see some ghosts here on both sides. And here we go right now. Headshot potential going to be strong. Calamitous, though, sticking by the double doors. Trying to get a kill here and there. But Berg decides to push forward. Good start here for Aneno Knights Gaming.
Wow, what a really strong C execution there. It was like basically sort of fireworks flying onto site right there. And then slows on the backside. man, there's just very little you can do against that push. But
Yeah.
again, very winnable 2v3 situation. A Ghost on dodge this, Fascinate on the classic with the light
Out
armor.
of charges.
Anything can still
Out of
happen.
charges.
And it seems like though Dodge this does want to throw a
Revealing
little
area.
bit of those darts here and there. Recon gonna be very useful, but here comes the breach right now. Worship and Tricks looking to work together with the crossfire. Really good angle there taken Vim, and it seems like it's perpendicular motion into play. Fascinate right now quite low, gonna get taken down by Berg. And how did that go so right for AKG?
Now, having that angle on logs, I think the official call out for that is logs, or at least a lot of people call it that. When you want to lock down a retake from CT side, from defensive side spawn, it's very important to have someone on that off angle. Even if you know that person is there, like if you want to pre-fire that angle, you're going to be vulnerable from backside. So you can set up a really powerful crossfire there. And I think that's what worked out for AKG.
Yeah, it seems like it. Spectre gameplay though, it's gonna be some bias here for Team AKG, as it seems like it's gonna be that full econ round right now on the losing side of MMK. Billy though gonna be out in front, gets away from the paint shells immediately. Here we go though with kill after kill after kill. Calamdas though actually getting the takedown there with the boom bots, and really good usage there of the raise. Rabbit though and Worship cleaning things up. Dodge is right now hopping on the round. That's gonna be the stage doing the same, and then Worship gets that final kill with only 2 HP. That was so close there, Vim. How did AKG survive?
That was sort of a mix of luck and good positioning. Now, Calamitous is really good. We've seen it even in the previous match. He's really good at punishing aggression in terms of early game here. You know, one nade can really stop a really fast push, right?
This makes such a big difference with
And that's
the
what we
paint
saw
shells.
happen. You got a multi-kill off that raise nade, indeed.
It seems like Haven is that
in the
map.
end,
Go ahead.
yeah, Haven really opens up that opportunity for paint shells, I think.
Oh no, in any case, we are gonna get the rifles already, but BNFD and Billy trading blows. Operator in the clutches dodge this. He's gonna be looking to defend on A long here. No armor though, very risky, but it only takes one shot to make a difference. Cyan hanging on around on the north side of C, and that's BNFD getting that takedown immediately. Good execution again on C side. And what do you think here, Vim? It seems like for Team MMK, the C side is their weakest angle so far.
Definitely. It seems like only one, like maybe the Sage, right? Or only one defending C site. I think they should double up Garage. Again, it's a strategy that is very unexpected. Doubling up Garage, doing a fast rotate on C, but not overly committing the C site in case they push B or
Shock
A.
dart.
Yeah, chop
So
that
this
though.
has been a very popular counter strategy.
It seems like it, but Fascinate right now getting the tracking on. Tricks will fall down. Dodges in the meantime going from the north side. BNFD will get that kill. Fascinate though with another one, but BNFD, he's 4 on the board right there, Mr. Vyminal, and it seems like a quad feed in order here for the Phoenix calling over these ashes.
Looks like it definitely paid off, funneling light armor and a ghost for BNFD on the pistol rounds. Definitely worked out well for them. He is at the top of the scoreboard along with Berg. 2 of their fraggers doing very well on the scoreboard. So we'll see if they can sustain their momentum. They did show that they could onto the 3rd round full buy
Light him up.
Seems like
on both sides, but they still managed to take the victory.
really is. Bladestorm though in the hands of Billy. He's the one on C instead. Seems like it's Econ right now again for Team MMK. And it feels like it is just brick by boring brick falling on apart again. Dodges right now, caught between a rock hard place, fire as well as an aftershock. In the end, everything has been thrown against the Sova, and he will go down. No escaping there of him whatsoever. That is just so sad for the Archer there. Here comes the push right now. A push is so on point. And even though this is a pistol round, it seems like Team MMK cannot put up a fight. Why is that so?
Why is that so? Because Breach is breaching through, for lack of a better word, I think. I think Breach is just S tier right now. But again, Billy, we've seen him done miracles with the Jet Ultimate, but, you know, not enough, not enough. Calamitous with a shorty and a dream.
Yeah, Shorty squad
But yeah,
will fall. Doesn't happen.
It's just, Breach is just S tier, man. It's so good in any team comp, in any map. I think Breach is just so good. You're having a hard time because of a competent Breach player, I think. Especially in early game.
It sounds like you're such a Breach believer right there, Mr. Vim.
I
And
am.
It seems like
And a lot of people are.
yeah, it's really cool. He's been slept on for quite a while. It's like, oh, walls? I don't need those, but apparently you do. Try to take cover, you get blown up, you get blown apart, and you saw there for Mr. Dodge this, he was stuck between hot hands, aftershock, and nowhere else but to die. So highly unfortunate there. Team MMK, though, gonna have that armor, gonna have all their guns ablazing, and they do have most of the utility that they need. And by that, I mean all of them. C short though for Cyan, gonna be the garage this time. It's a little bit of a mix and match here for Team MMK. It seems like also they are off to a slow start yet again, and Mr. Vim, AKG, looking very, very confident pushing into B sites.
AKG looking very confident indeed. It's like they're going to be going for a mid execution, probably going to garage to C. They did get a pick off C. They do get a trade at mid. Looks like they're going to be... They're not forcing the rotation to mid, which is a very smart play. They might have faked mid. BNFD going for the pick.
Oh no, Calamitous gets shot but turns around to get that takedown. Orbital strike right now. BNFT in response will get another one. And with Callum, he is just breathing on a tube. He will get felled there by the Phoenix. It seems like though Fascinate and Dodge gonna be working on together yet again. High times between, well, these two former tanks. And well, Spike planted. What is gonna be the plan here for AKG?
I think for AKG, they're definitely going to go for post plant. Definitely the same angles. Dodge this and Fascinate choosing to go for the retake. In some cases, in that 2v3 situation, and they're very far away from the site, people would usually go for a save because something like that could happen. Very, very risky, but could be very high reward as well. They desperately need to win a round right now. But again, choosing to save that operator and that rifle could have been game-changing for MMK as well.
What a huge play there from Worship. He decides, you know, I'm gonna pop this big molly behind you, and holy moly, you're gonna be forced to push forward, and he easily executes them onto the C site. Phantom in hand, goodbye to both. Dodge is also taking a sweet time to get a new rifle back into play. And now this is just looking so dire here. For Team MMK, Dodge is even having to go for a quick little reconnection, I believe. He is just out of this game so far. And everything is falling apart here for Team MMK. Latency, all about the gameplay right now. Berg and Rabbit on the board. That is just not a good start here at all, Mr. Vim.
Not a good start at all. And again, I just want to note that Worship from that orbital strike. I've never seen an orbital strike cast in front of the face of the enemy. That was pretty interesting to see. Going for the mid execution here. Absolutely no defense. It's 4v5. Dodge is going for reconnect, unfortunately. And this is going to be a bonus round for AKG.
Dude, I like my bonus rounds. It feels like it's one of those rounds where you can do whatever the hell you want and more. Hop around, get maybe fruit or rings, or whatever platformer you play.
Admire the scenery. Of the map.
Look at this!
Yeah,
I can take
very,
screenshots.
Very good details.
I mean, kinda.
Yeah.
I'd say, you know, plywood walls, but they are looking pretty. Fascinate! Come on, you gotta hit those shots, Spade. You gotta hit those shots. Ooh, even a spray rabbit is just like, that was free already. But there you go, Cyan showing us how it's done. Yoinks the Phantom away. Here comes the hunt from Aneno Knights Gaming. And it seems like this is gonna be the Inquisition yet again coming back into full force. Cyan right now onto the logs there. Gonna get backstabbed by the Reyna. And well, here we go again. Aneno Knights Gaming. Oh, Trix gets caught in the Blast Rages, but it really is just such a one-sided affair so far from Team AKG.
But again, one-sided affair so far in the first half. Could be a totally different story coming into the second half. So it's working out really well for AKG to just have to assert their dominance, you know, press the advantage as much as they can, try to secure as many rounds as they can, because really MMK right now is having a huge trouble defending the sites.
In any case though, double operators again, double operator, double trouble dream. We will see if MMK can actually do anything about it. But initiation is the name of the game here for BNFD. Mr. Vim, the Phoenix on the east side. Here we go yet again, looking on the round. Sova up on top. And just the best counter against the run back is to run the hell away as Calanthus gets caught by Burke, and Dodge just gets a kill in response.
Out of charges. Deploying drone.
Dodge this, holding on, really holding off the offensive very well. We're seeing a very self-sufficient fragger, Reyna, trying her best to fake and divert attention from the C execution that's about to take place. A very valiant effort right there, but gets shut down very quickly. I think it's really cool that they have a Phoenix and a Reyna both in one team. Both have flashes, both very self-sufficient fraggers. BNFD having that run it back, and Reyna having that Empress. But again, they get shut down. this could be, if there's any round that MMK could really turn the tide, it would be the double operator round.
Yeah, it seems like
They
it's
lose both.
It's gonna be AKG Worship sneaking and peeking, getting the kill. Might be able to make it to the bomb. Not gonna happen actually. That spike is a free defuse after a beautiful slow orb there. But Worship can steal this operator away. Trying to run on right now. Can Fascinate get the catch? Yes, he does with a bullet at the
And he
end.
does.
And finally, Team MMK with a point on the board. How was that successful there, Vim? Was it because of dodges on
Yeah.
A, or was it because of the BC transition from MMK, or is it a little bit of both?
It's a little bit of both. I think it's basically them having two operators. Like I was thinking right off the bat, like, okay, double operators. They have a much stronger defense now, especially on a map like Haven. And if there's any round that they would turn the tide, it would be that round, and they did. And that was really, really needed. We'll see how they perform with one operator this time. Dodge this with that off angle. Very offensive off angle there. Very nice pick.
Calamitous also on the board, and Vim, if you saw that dodge, is just shooting into the breeze. Lear was in his sights, didn't care, went for the shot, had an idea of someone coming, and that was just well effectively done by Mr. Dodge. 3 right now on A long.
Beautiful shot right there.
Reyna, Breach, Brimstone, all with ultimates, so there is still a chance here for Aneno Knights Gaming. But if Dodge is on Heaven right now, he's feeling like he's on Cloud 9, and it feels like everything is going really good here for the Sova on A side. It's really interesting, actually. That's a good point to take note of. Because, well, you don't usually see a Sova solo a site, but Dodge is doing all he can and more.
Because you know how comfortable and how competent he is on the operator, especially with those lineup recon arrows. So
Right here.
definitely the info game is on his side, and he knows when or when not to peek.
Fascinate.
So he can definitely lock down a site.
Fascinates! That's fascinating right there. Knew where the opponent was coming from, got the call, got the takedown. And Trix right now trying to do something, but Billy decides to go for the push. And Team MMK mounting a comeback. Again, Mr. Vim, slow starts. And what do you say about it? Is it MMK really a slow start, or was just that a good start there from AKG instead?
I think, well, the trouble of like having a team and playing against an opponent that you haven't really scrimmed or played a lot against before, or maybe a team that's playing completely new strategies that you're not used to, it's going to be a tough time to read and adapt to enemy strategies. Like, because you, in a team playing competitive, you have your default strategies, and then you have sort of techniques to adapt and read your enemy. So they may have had trouble in reading the enemy at that point, but again, mid-game is where it starts to change. Mid-game is where they adjust and adapt, and this is what we're seeing right here from MMK.
Cyan actually getting that entry frag by B side, winning out the window duel. It's like Romeo and Juliet, except they have guns, and this is going to be high time for Billy to stay on the high ground. It's really showing that he has become the master here. Goodbye to Trix, saying sayonara to that breach and its gun. Fascinating right now, seeing that one. Slow reflexes though, a little bit of old man gaming there. And here comes the push right now from Aneno Knights Gaming on the C side as Billy holds the angle and wins that one out from mid-range. Cyan though from in behind, and now it's 4 versus 1.
They managed to get a pick, but again, economic advantage for the side of MMK. They're AKG on eco round there, so definitely very low chance of taking this round. They did try to go for the garage push, and I think knowing that the Raze wasn't really locking down garage at that point, definitely a smart play there.
3 kills on the board, Cyan, a shade of red there, and a victory right now for Team MMK coming on back. 8-7 there for Billy, Fascinate at 7-7, and it seems like they're evening up their death count to their kill counts as much as possible. High times though for Dodge to do something a little better. He's on the bottom frag spot right now, but he has done a lot on A side. So what do you think here, Vim? AKG having to decide the site, where will he actually go? Just looking at the stats, looking at how the things have played out, what is the execute for their attack?
I'm thinking they have to contest Dodge on the operator. If they give him free reign, if nobody opts on AKG's side, or at least if they don't double peek the operator and gives Dodge free reign, they're gonna have a lot of trouble trying to execute a site. So they have to play for picks here. You can't rush in because the enemy is MMK already has their momentum on defense. You got the Sage, Science stepping up even on the scoreboard. We saw him at the bottom of the scoreboard, but now he is mid frag. that means he's becoming more comfortable in defending sites.
The strike though into play. Garage gonna be cooked up, but Billy will go down immediately. Here comes Cyan trying to transition back. Hunter's Fury though already from dodge this. And Trix lined up, gets taken down. He sees one more, gets another one. Worship now will fall into that field. And it seems like electricity coursing through their veins. Trix though brought back to life. Gonna be a fight though in behind. Perhaps Cyan gonna be sticking onto the CT side. And Calamitous right now sees the Phoenix, gets the flick, gets the takedown. Dodges now with the shock darts to remember. Fascinate on the board. And now it is the Reina falling to the hand of Dodge this. 4 kills on the board. It seems when they call him out, he will rise up through the ashes. And that is now MMK tying things up just a little more. They have gotten 4. They're 2/3 of the way there to even things out.
Momentum shift is the name of the game. Dodge this. Excellent play there. So much value off that Hunter's Fury. Absolutely ridiculous. And of course that shock dart, it's just icing on the cake. So again, BNFT, Berg, Worship, Rabbit, and Trix will be forcing here. Some of them forcing an SMG buy, some AKG Trix on Marshall. It's very crucial for them to win this round. Otherwise, they will have to just force buy the next one.
I don't think there is going to be buying next round if they lose this one, Mr. Vim. It seems like their money in dire straits. Calamitous looking to hold on a long. And Fascinate actually getting that first kill on the B side instead. The Rays backing out will get flashed here. They'll buy the breach. Time for the setup, looking for the knockdown. But Smoke's abound. Calamitous still holding the angle. And goodbye to one. Goodbye to another perhaps. Yes, it is. Trix will fall down to the showstopper. And things are looking so good here for Team MMK after a very lackluster first half of the first half.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. When you read your opponent, when you get to predict their moves, no matter how late in the game, even in mid-game, it just goes to show that momentum can shift towards your favor, and it's not over till it's over. The same can go for AKG side. Despite them being in dire straits right now, they could be very, very strong on the defensive side.
Smoke time though. Berg shows up and that is the tip of the iceberg there. Still though, this is gonna be Rain right now, looking for a little bit of the push. Can he actually get the crown off to dodge this? Not hitting any of those shots will really be such a big bane. But Calamitous right now gets one more kill, will get traded back by Worship. Still a chance here for AKG, but not gonna happen as Sage and Jets will survive. Good start there again for MMK to really usher this comeback. And now this is going to be the last round before the swap. And this can be a perfect 6-0 right now for MMK after losing out the first 6 rounds 0-6.
Now we are seeing firepower advantage. Double operators on MMK's triple operators? Ho ho ho. Okay.
Why
let's
not?
Go.
Whip it out.
This might be a 6-6 right here because AKG is on SMG and Bulldog buys. So we'll see.
Amazing, amazing.
Over.
Still, operators, as we said, gonna be looking for kill after kill. Blaze-Storm though from Billy, actually enabling it to give him a good chance, and he swaps over to the Phantom. I like the play here, Armory Tactics, as that is going to be the Phoenix already forced out. High ground taken, Billy trying to disengage, but that's just too many members there, Vim, and that is unfortunate as Berg gets one more, Calamitous gets that posthumous kill. Still though, advantage now for AKG, and they are desperate to get one round back.
I think that was really smart on AKG's side, trying to triple peek that operator on C side, because again, if you're holding down an op, you can't really quick scope 3 targets.
No, dodge this, gets bodied immediately in his
much
face.
action.
He meets Rabbits, BNFD also going for the crossfire there, and celebration time here for AKG as sides gonna get swapped on over.
Not a bad half for either team, and again, this is anybody's game. Now, going into the defensive team composition here for AKG. I'm trying to analyze how it's going to work out. They don't, they do have a Breach and Brimstone. They have triple flashes, and of course the Sage. However, for MMK side, they do not have a Breach. So, I don't know, I just feel so biased towards the team composition that has a Breach in them. But I'm welcome to be proven wrong here.
It sounds
and
like
we'll see how Calamitous can go entry
Yeah, we'll find out very, very soon as Smoke's now going to be set up by Fascinates. Calamitous in the meantime, leading the charge already. And he's going to see the Phoenix. It will fall in the hand of BNFD instead. Billy right now going for more and more of that push. Berg though, 2 on the board. And well, as Fascinates does die there, it's now 2 versus 4. It seems like everything has fallen apart immediately.
Nice smoke play by Rabbit there. Very nice. Again, it's not something teams tend to expect. Going double up garage on pistol round. Not a lot of people do that. Usually, in the first couple rounds, you try to spread out as much as you can, try to read enemy rotations and get to know, like what agent plays where, what agent's lurking and whatnot. Even in pistol rounds, not everybody rushes, so sometimes it's not good to take that chance. But AKG expected a C split, and they played that really, really well.
Good read on to exactly what was going to be going on. And here we go yet again. Sign to be hanging around. BNFD with the first kill with that Spectre. And it's high time for a little bit more here. Can Dodge just actually lurk in behind? Here comes BNFD and Berg. They just go for the push. Dodge is executed right now with the twin Spectres yet again. And now it's Billy Boy, Billy Bob, Billy Boy all alone. Dashes on it to try and get the punish onto the Brimstone. Here comes the charge. Here comes the jumping right click. But it's a flawless victory still for the side of Aneno Knights Gaming. And here we go again. MMK off to a very poor start.
Looks like they are unprepared for the tactics of AKG, and it might take them at least a couple or so rounds to try and adapt and read the enemy. So they were already finding their stride. They're hitting their stride, towards the end of the first half. It might be the same towards the end of the second half, and they still have time to catch up. But AKG only needs 4 rounds to win.
Really seems like it. There's not too much points to give, Mr. Vim. And what is
exactly.
really the parts of the economics of the game where you are looking to give those rounds? Really, is it just because you want to get that economy up, or is it something else where you can really build into more and more parts of the game? But as we say that, Rapid Ready getting 1, getting 2. He's so speedy. He really is playing to his namesake right there. And it's high time right here, right now for Worship to hold the line, but Cyan will get that kill. Spike is planted so far.
I may take that away from Rabbit's playbook. Rabbit. That was amazing. That was beautiful. Offensive wall. That's not a lot. People don't really expect an offensive Sage wall.
It really is so impressive.
Again, he gets shut down.
Yeah, it really isn't gonna happen
Very
though.
impressive hold though.
Yep, Calamitous not all alone, trying to get on the way with a blast back. But it's just not gonna happen. No flying out right there, Vim. There is gonna be no way to get away from all of this. The Ray is gonna get risen down there. Another victory for Aneno Knights Gaming, but really Rabbits with a very offensive Sentinel push right there. Very, very impressive in all honesty. And you would expect that the Sage is more on the defensive side, right? But there you go. Puts the wall in such a manner, and he's just able to do all he can and protect himself at that last moment after the A push.
Definitely MVP of that round goes to Rabbit. Now, usually if you're a Sage, you would wall out long or short or just basically slow and give space to the side. But again, high risk, high reward, guys. Sometimes it just pays off.
It really
Looks
is.
like they're going for a different defensive rotation, though.
And side time right
Are they
here, right
going
now.
to aggress and push out?
Yep. A and C gonna be the name and the game here. Shots already come, and maybe Rabbit is the one who really beats everyone else immediately. Here we go, though, again. Still the operator in the clutches of the Sage. And we'll find out soon as Rabbit catches out Billy. Calamitous though with the kill in response. Looking for a second. Here goes the push though, as this is MMK really going guns a-blazing with all the econ in the world. They don't even bother right now with buying guns. They have whipped out their pistols and just whipping themselves onto A side in such a good manner.
Dodge this on that value operator. Let's go.
I think he yoinked
Might
it.
make a play for the up here.
Go to Worship. Fascinate Berg! Beautifully done already. Trix also getting a kill. Everyone is just dying left, right, and center. Dodges right now with the up still. And goodbye to Trix. Goodbye to Berg. Doesn't matter though, because that's the Brimstone going for the defuse. No more bullets left in the chamber. And it was a pretty good steal there from Dodge. He noticed there's an op on the floor. He takes it away from Rabbit's carcass, but unfortunately, it just doesn't pan out. And now AKG, 2 rounds left. What can MMK do? They needed to go econ last round. Do you think they'll have a chance coming into this next one with rifles in hand?
Okay. Pretty much a make or break. Otherwise, they have to play for I don't know.
Play the
Like,
same
this is
way.
looking very dire for MMK, right? This is their last make or break round. They really have to turn the tide here, win a couple rounds, and then go for sudden death. But it's looking pretty
Right there.
pretty grim.
Really is. It's just so difficult right now for MMK, but here we go again now. BNFD using that to run it back, actually providing coverage for Tricks, and Billy already falls. Good start here for Aneno Knights Gaming, and it really seems like they are quite well ordered to see a Berg, though another takedown. He is in the lead, 21 kills, pretty low-key on the Reyna, but that's gonna be a kill. Dodges right now in response, gets one more, and here comes the push now from Aneno Knights Gaming. It really is so quick here from Berg. He's just getting kills so instantaneously that while we're trying to swap into him, he's already gotten 2, 3. It is just so fast. Fascinate though, coming on back. And what do you think? And then Knights Gaming just having so much elements in their favor. Is it because of their aggression? Is it something else? Rabbit actually catching out Dodge is there. Fascinate now the only one else left there. And match point right now for AKG. But back to my point, Vim. How is AKG doing this so successfully?
Okay, here's the thing when having a Reyna on your team. A really good Reyna can exploit the opposing team if they're giving you too much respect. If they're not punishing your aggression, if they're playing very passive or forced into a corner, Reyna can just chain kills left and right and lead to a snowball. Reyna's really good at punishing passive teams. And I think perhaps morale-wise, MMK is in a bit of a struggle here. But they can turn it back 5-12 to see if they can at least make it a closer match. We might try something different here.
The Boombot able to actually go for the chase. Here we go though with the showstopper. Wall right now is raised. Gonna be looking for a little bit of push there. Billy going for a shot. C-Short has been walled out. And things are looking really difficult here for MMK because they are caught between a rock hard place and so many different abilities and utilities so far as Rabbit gets the first kill on the board.
Really fast response there. Forced to reposition. Rabbit goes down by fast.
Berg though, popping that dismiss, drops on down. It's time for the Reyna show. Dodge this though, all alone, he will fall. And this time, AKG preventing even an ounce of a comeback. That is gonna be victory right there for Aneno Knights Gaming. Gonna be able to rise up the ashes 1-1 right now. And MMK kind of struggling here. It's falling down to 0-2, but there is still a chance here for the MMK squadron.
Really powerful showing from AKG right there. Berg, exhibiting complete control of the game. Again, I mentioned earlier that if there's any agent that has snowball potential, it's going to be a fragger, a self-sufficient fragger like Reyna. Not the Sage can focus on supporting, other agents, your second frag, such as BNFD on Phoenix, for example, which also have self-sufficiency in the form of Run It Back, which heals your HP after you cast it, right? But, Reyna Unleashed, it's just such a powerful opponent to face.
Mate, when you already have a kit where the first thing you see is flash that doesn't flash your teammates, you already know that everything is going to be okay. And we'll be going into cams really soon, guys. But all I gotta say real quick is for Berg, 24-12, unsung hero. We weren't able to really talk about the Reyna too much, in all honesty. And I feel like he was kind of left alone to his own devices. It really was just Berg showing up out of nowhere. We're looking at and we're focusing on different parts, and then he just swoops in like a hit and run car. He is just, okay, I'm gonna take these kills now. Thank you very much. I am Reyna. I will frag out. I will just roll on.
And I'm gonna,
I'm gonna feast on your soul.
Disappear?
I'm gonna do a magic trick right
my
there.
iframe.
It's like so interesting. It's so
I think it's
cool.
because
Yo, go ahead.
we were so focused on the operator, right? On the operator players on like Dodge This, Billy, Rabbit. Because we see so much impact fragging going on when you're an operator player. Like, I think the most impact you get is from an operator shot. I don't know.
It seems like it's, and well, we just need our cams on, Mr. Vim, but it seems like it's a 13-5 victory right there for Aneno Knights Gaming. A really good streak. I feel like that was really the biggest parts of everything there. And well, let's just look at each other with some, what do you say, with these eyes that we have. And let's talk about that match just a little more. It seems like there was some really good streaks there from MMK, but Aneno Knights Gaming, again, just amazing efforts. And after that 5-win streak from MMK, they didn't win at all anymore. 7-win streak after the 5 lose streak. So it was the 6 wins for Aneno Knights, 5 for MMK, and then AKG yoinks it all
Mhm.
away and gets 7 more. What can you say about that? What do you think really heralded basically these streaks to
Right.
happen? What was the defining factor for the streakiness of this match?
Now, some teams going into competitive play, especially in a tournament setting where you can determine whether or not you're going attacking or defending first, as opposed to being completely random on like rank mode, for example, you tend to have a team comp that's biased towards defending or attacking. Now, in my opinion, MMK side was more biased towards defending, and they had a hard time defending against AKG, um, I believe. So if they lost the first half, if they were outnumbered in terms of score in the first half, they would have an even harder time on the second half. Sometimes that isn't true, and it can go either way. But more likely than not, a team in a tournament would have a team composition that would be biased towards their starting side, I believe.
It seems like it. It seems like you just want to snowball, perhaps, from where you start off. And in all
Hmm.
honesty, if MMK can't go for that good start, they need to be looking into the future. They need to be focusing on when they can actually start winning rounds. And well, get final confirmation of those scores: 13 to
Hmm.
5 there, and then the Knights Gaming with the victory. They will be moving up 1-1. While EXC and Empowered Youth is still ongoing, and I believe they have a 10-7 score line so far for Empowered Youth's advantage. So I'm trying to look at Cyan and his updates, and it is 10-9 actually. So EXC is trying to round things up pretty well. So we are not gonna be done yet with the broadcast, guys. We will have EXC versus MK next on the list. As we said,
Hmm.
the way we figured out who's gonna be broadcasted is we went for a roll with every the captains, and whoever got the guess on the number, then they are gonna be the ones on stream. For MMK though, they need to show up. They are down in a hole, 0 to
Okay.
2. What is going on
One
here?
thing, one thing we have to mention.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one thing we have to mention for MMK, they had to sub one of their core members just right before check-in, right? And this is going to be really hard for them, and again, very impressive what they've shown against empowered youth in the first match, right? Even with a sub in place, which is Cyan, which is doing a fantastic job as well on stage. But going into the next match, it's going to be somewhat of a crowd favorites versus crowd favorites. Like both MMK and EXE are very active in the Valorant PH community, and this is going to be a pretty interesting matchup that a lot of fans are wanting to see.
Yeah, Valorant PH commune in full force for our next one. MMK and EXE having some roots there. We've been seeing people beg for EXE, and since, well, you're gonna be getting it, that's really the way of the format of the broadcast, and that is just how the group stage unfolds. We'll be finding out that result very soon, but for now, we will be right back for the Siklab Invitational's Group Stage B.